You are live. Here we go.
Yeah, we're just
Hello.
live.
Yeah.
Right, we don't know how to work the credits, so we're just going straight into this preview for the Everton Spurs game and a recap on the press conference from this morning, or well, from lunchtime. Um, so yeah, welcome to anyone who's joining. Sorry, I'm not very professional today. I don't know how to
No,
get off.
got it.
Right, okay, right, yeah. I think we're all
Getting
there.
right. People
Comments
coming
are
on
up.
now. We want
Nice
to
one.
interact with your comments as well. So drop your comments today, and we'll try and read them out and see what you think and stuff like that. Try and interact with the comments and
Nice
get
to see you
people on.
starting to look. It's going back, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks all right now. I like it now.
Yeah,
To be fair, it's
yeah.
starting to look better.
It's starting to
It's
look a little bit more. Yeah.
pure bold. Geof was a bit hooligan, but this is
It was a
all
bit.
right now. To be
Yeah.
fair,
This is all
yeah.
right, isn't it? Yeah.
It's growing quick. It's growing quick. It has grown quick. Yes,
Nice
so
one.
we are live, and the first thing that me and Geof said we want to talk about, which we're going to start doing every time on this channel now, was straight after Lampard's done his interview that night. We're going to come on like we've done now and talk about the Lampard interview, and then go into the game talk. So, first of all, Geof, the Lampard interview. Players, I know you love listening to stuff players out and in. So who's not available that you thought was available?
No, well, nobody really. I mean, everyone that I expect to be available is available.
Did Mina surprise you? Because that surprised me with the calf. He picked up another knot.
No, he's made a Weetabix, so nothing
Yeah.
surprises me with him. He's pretty he's no use to us at all. The sooner he's gone, the better. He's just literally a wage slave, a wage drain on the club, and I don't care if he's a nice person anymore. Like, we can't afford to carry passengers who are on 100 and 120 grand a week. We just can't afford it. If you're not able to do anything, go somewhere else.
Well, there has been talk that Inter Milan are interested. Hopefully, you never know, but hopefully the rumours are true. Did you see that Inter Milan might come in at January for Yerry Mina?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
To be fair, they
club...
are. Are they in the Europa League, Inter Milan, or Champions League? Yeah. So maybe he could be a good towards the end of Champions League. If you could get him 2-3 games, he isn't a good player for playing a lot of games. But fact is, if you get him fit 1 or 2 games in a big game, he can turn up, can't he? So he could be a good signing for them in that sort of respect.
Yeah.
What about
from my point of view, the sooner he's gone, the better.
Yeah, I'm the same. 120k on the wage bill.
It's just ridiculous.
It'll be nice to get rid of his wages.
To me, I mean,
we've got Paul here. Keep it clean.
Hey up, Paul. How you doing, buddy? So yeah, I just think that there wasn't really a whole lot said in the press conference that surprised me at all, to be honest. The one comment I will say about the press conference is I like his press conferences because he does not BS. He doesn't try to claim anything's too good or too bad. He doesn't go over the top with praise. He doesn't go sort of like underplay. He doesn't underplay it, like try and act like, knife to a gunfight type scenario. He doesn't do that kind of thing where he's like, oh yeah, we've got no chance. These are so. He's just like, we're a work in progress. We're doing our best. We're working hard. We're going to get better, but it's going to take time. Simple as that. No problem. No problem with that at all. No high expectations. And we shouldn't be having high expectations because we just nearly got relegated. Realism. Realism is what we need as a club because, like, I know I've seen some people, oh, we could get Europe and stuff like this. You need to cut that talk out straight away. We just need to play each game as it comes, do our best, try and improve. And if we finish mid-table, we finish mid-table. If we finish 17th, Sorry, if we finish 14th, we finish 14th. If we do better, we do better. But let's just go as it goes, and let's just each game as it comes, and do the best that we can, and that's all we can do, I think, and that's fine. I'm really happy to hear that kind of realism from a manager.
Well, he went through. He said, we'll just go through a few points because we said, well, it's about 10 minutes on the Lampard interview. He said that Holgate, he's not going to be fit for this game, but he is training, but not doing all the training. So Holgate is close. He said that Patterson, he labelled 2 weeks on Patterson, didn't he? He said two weeks,
Said
I think he said.
2 to 3 weeks. So that's fine.
He said Ben Godfrey, he said back after the World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said his target is training back after the World Cup. Interesting to hear him say about Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. He said that, because I thought Calvert-Lewin, put him in the squad. I'm itching to play with Calvert-Lewin. Some people don't like him. I like him. But he said about Calvert-Lewin, he's doing some things in training, but he's not doing everything to get him up to that full fitness, which makes me think straight away he's not going to start, because you could tell with the way he spoke in the interview, couldn't you, Geoff? Yeah. He's basically saying that he isn't fully fit and he isn't going to put him in until he's fully fit. So I think that kind of eliminates Calvert-Lewin starting, doesn't it? I don't think Calvert-Lewin's going to be.
I think so, and it makes no sense to start him, because realistically, it's a long season, and we've got it's almost 2 seasons. So we've got the bit before the World Cup, and then we've got the bit after the World Cup. Now, if we can just nurse DCL through, play him 15, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe, up to the World Cup and get him fully fit, then go away on a pre-season trip, because he's not going to go to the World Cup, I don't think. And we come back with a fully fit side, fully fit, 2 fully fit strikers, other players back fully fit. And that's happiness. That it's a long second half to the season. There's going to be a lot of games, and we're going to need everybody.
But the way I see it with Calvert-Lewin is, I generally think the hardest part, like trying to get Calvert-Lewin fully fit, on the process of trying to get Calvert-Lewin fully fit, he can get injured on the process, on the build-up. I think once you've got him fully fit, you can get a run then. You don't get injuries. When his body's fully fit, you can get his run. But I think on the build-up to get Calvert-Lewin fully fit, that's the hard part. That's why Lampard's being very precautious with that. What did you think on, like, we've kind of hit the players now, who's playing, who's not, who's available, basically. What did you think on... I was getting frustrated with some of the questions about Gordon. Like, on the yellow card, it just, do you know, some things in the press conference, it just becomes awkward, because Frank Lampard cleared it up straight away. He's like, have you had a word with Gordon about the yellow card? So Frank says, he said yes.
You play cricket, don't you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I know cricket, but I don't play cricket.
But you have played cricket.
Yeah.
So there's an expression in cricket, which is playing with a straight bat, which means that if someone sends it down to you, you play with a straight bat. It's a defense. It's a defensive shot, which is play it with a straight bat, straight back to the bowler along the floor. And I think that is what Lampard does in press conferences. He straight bats it. He just, if they give him controversy, he just straight backs with it. I'm not gonna get involved. Hey up, Mick.
Mick says we look like brothers now.
Yeah, the dangerous brothers. But yeah, he's not gonna call a player out, obviously. He's not gonna give the press anything to feed off. So yeah, discipline's a problem. I don't like him missing games. Yeah, we've had a little chat about it. It's no big deal. Move on.
Just to go back to it though, like you say, he moved it on, and then they went back to it at the end to ask him again. And I thought,
that's their
to
job,
be fair, Lampard it is their job, but sometimes you've got to use your brain, haven't you? If you've asked the question, just ask another. But
so realistically,
he is class, isn't he, Geoff? Like Lampard in the interviews, he's got the answer for everything.
I think overall, he's not he's not a manager who's going to come in and BS a press conference and make big claims and grandiose this, that, and the other. He's just a realist. He's just like, we are here. I want us to be here, but we are here. This is a process. It's going to be good days and bad days. We're not going to win every game because we're not at that level yet. I want us to be at that level, but it's going to take time. So,
he's very very hungry though. I liked it when he said when he went home to his wife and kids, he wasn't happy with us losing. After the Tottenham game, and if my manager's got that hunger, I trust. Game. Yeah, United. Sorry, yeah, I trust. I'm getting ready for the Tottenham game already up here. I trust that. I trust that if he's got that hunger, the hunger that we've got as fans, you feel like you've got a good manager there because he's going to push to get what you want, and that's what I feel like with Lampard. Yeah. So,
but what I think he did was, he lowered expectations for the next, because the next two games are very, very difficult games that we might not win. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, this is coming up. They are big games. Let's be honest
about it.
It is coming up.
Tottenham away. We got battered 5-0 last year. It could have been 10. I don't expect us to be that bad. I don't expect the gap to be as big. But you still got to respect the fact that they're one of the top 4 teams in the country at the moment. And we might lose tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, on Saturday, is it, or Sunday? I'm not sure. I think it's Saturday, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Saturday because they're in the Champions League, so it's a Saturday game. And then we've got Newcastle on the Wednesday. That's right. And again, that's another game. They're in good form. They're a good side. They've spent well. It's going to be a hard game. They're both going to be very, very difficult games, and we might lose both of them. But it's not the end of the world.
And we might not. No,
we might not. No, but what I'm saying is...
I'm definitely saying we're not. I think I'm ready.
But what I'm trying to say is he's reducing the expectation, but not taking away hope. We've got chances. We've got a fighting chance in any game that we play. But we have to recognise that we're a team that just survived relegation. So we can't be expecting to go to these teams and batter them off the park because we ain't that good. We can do a good game. We can give them a card game. And if we play our very best, we might be able to get something out of it, a positive result. I don't know. But if we don't, it's not the end of the world because there's a process ongoing. And I think that's all he's trying to do is prepare us to be well balanced in the situation.
I think he's ready for it, though. With him listening to him in the interview, he said, these games are coming at a good time. We want the challenge now. And I've heard the players say that as well. They're ready for the challenge of the games. I don't know whether you listened to it. It was with Everton fan base. I'm struggling to think what the website was, Geoff. It was with Everton fan services. You got Mupé, Onana, and McNeil all going.
It's on the Everton YouTube channel.
Yeah, I watched that, and that was cracking. Did you have a little watch on that?
I've not actually watched it yet. No.
Yeah,
cracking. I've seen a couple of clips of it.
Good listen, really good listen.
But yeah, so
I think the one that stood out to me on that was Mupé. He's a character. Yeah. He's a character, mate. He was the joker of the lot, and I thought it would have been Onana, but Mupé, very, very confident. Very confident, and I think he's going to be a cracking striker. Just listening to him in the interview, but that was cracking.
Thanks, Brendan.
There you go. Nice big essay there. We will read the comments out.
Saturday 5:30. Holgate's not fit. He won't be in the side, mate. So yeah, we'll talk about the team in a minute. So.
Yeah, thanks that is literally the next step now into it. So we've gone through the interview. We've gone through Lampard's interview there.
Yeah,
and he's basically said we're ready, and he said this is a good time for the game to come. So let's get into the game.
Yeah,
Spurs versus Tottenham, and obviously the other way around because we're at home. But what did you think? Like they haven't been that good in. Like they've been winning the Europa League, but they've been conceding as well, haven't they? Which gives me a little bit of confidence because they even conceded with a red card last game. 3-2 it ended up.
Yeah. realistically speaking, if you were to give me 10 English pounds and you know, I was going to put a bet either way, I wouldn't be betting on Everton. I've got to be honest with you. I have to be
The
honest
thing
with
is,
the people
this
who are
is where
watching.
I would be
I have,
betting on Everton 100%
I know,
because
but you're a super positive person, so but that's
yeah, I
fine.
know, but
But
I'm putting a
I
boost on
gotta
this.
look
I'm
at
not
it.
putting.
No, it's fine. And I just look at it, and it's like if you walk down to the bookies and look at the odds on us winning this game and the odds on them winning this game, they haven't lost at home in ages, absolutely ages. They're a really, really tough side at home. They've got an amazing forward line, like a properly amazing forward line. They've got a solid midfield. They play.
Only been winning 1-0 though, Jeff. So a lot of games have been
But
boring and a
but
1-0 win.
they're defensively quite good. They don't concede a lot of goals either.
To be fair, Jeff, you will get other people that are on your side. I mean, Paulie has just said, "No, I really don't fancy us." Controversial boys. I think a lot will be scared of Tottenham, and I think a lot will be scared of Richarlison, which Lampard spoke about in the press conference, saying that the Richarlison's strength is he's unpredictable. That's his style. You don't know what he's going to do. And then obviously they've got Son and they've got Kane, but they haven't been firing. I generally do. I can see. I'm Mr. Positive. I can see why you'd say Tottenham are favourites. Fair enough, they will be favourites on paper, but I generally feel like we've got tools to cater for what they've got, and I feel we can hurt them because Dyer in defence and
it's a football game, and in a football game, anything can happen. Like
we played well against the Red Shark, didn't we?
Like Harry Kane could get injured in the first minute and have to come off. Someone could get sent off for doing a dodgy challenge, and they go down to 10 men. And football, it isn't as straightforward as they're the better team and they're at home, so they're guaranteed to win. Because football doesn't work like that. But if you were putting the odds on the table, 9 times out of 10 they win this game. So we're looking for the 1 in 10. And hoping
I'm still not going with you. You know what I'm like?
That's fine.
Yeah,
but
it's two different opinions on this. To be fair, Geoff is worried about this game, and he'd say he's being more realistic. But I generally think that we are going to either draw or win this game. I don't think they'll beat us. I really don't think they'll beat us because I think we'll go into it now. Like, what do you think their team's going to be, Geoff? Like, from what you've seen, because we'll just say what their team's going to be. We'll talk about them, and then we'll move on to our team, and then we'll say what the results are going to be. So, what do you think their team's going to be, Geoff?
I was just trying to.
Anyone in the comments as well? We'll read your comments out. If you, what do you think Tottenham's team's going to be? And
it's literally going to be the same again. They're going to play a 4-3-3. Højbjerg in midfield with. Sorry, I need to do me a little bit of a research.
They do that Benteke or whatever his name is, Højbjerg and someone else. I think they do play similar to what us, don't they? It's a 4-3-3. If you've got drop us on the channel, Geoff, what they played their last game. It's roughly going to be about the same. It seems what Conte likes to use.
Yeah. So
Paul's just said, do they play Europe this week? They've already played twice now, haven't they?
Europe. Yeah, they did play Europe this week.
Let's be honest.
It was
interesting to see what Lampard said. Like they said in the interview, Geoff, do you think Europe's going to affect it and make it easier because you've had a bigger rest? And Lampard come out straight away and he said, when I used to play in Europe, it used to give me more confidence and it got our form more consistent. And Europe didn't make us like not ready for the next game. It made us more ready. So I like what he said there because you often get that, like people using Europe as an excuse. But I don't think it is. I think Spurs will be fully fit and ready for this game.
Right. So
here we go.
Let's have a look at this.
Who you got?
Sorry. Right. So Tottenham attacker Dejan Kulusevski should recover. So he might play. He's been out with a little injury. Defender Yanaga remains a slight doubt. Emerson Royale is set to serve the rest of his ban. Tananga, who the bloody hell is he? Has little chance of replacing Romero or Eric Dyer. Ben Davies is in with a strong chance of coming back. Lenglet in front of Hugo Lloris. Doherty, but midfield. So they probably, according to this, they usually play with a 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, 2 up top. But it's kind of fluid, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen it. The last game it was 4-3-3.
Yeah, the real question is Richarlison going to start?
Well, like I say, last game he did start in the Europa League. It was 4-3-3, and they played Son on the left, Richarlison on the right, and they played Kane up top. And that's what they played. Whether they're going to play him against us. It's the Everton curse, in it, which I hope is going to go now. By the way, because
I'm wondering if it's like if he gets to it, because he's the kind of player who gets excited, and to me, it's like if anyone's going to get sent off, he's the one who's going to get sent off.
Yeah, I did think this, and
I
tell you what else I thought as well.
I'd quite like.
I don't know. I might be wrong here. I might have missed a few games, but I always felt Rooney when he left, when he come back and played against us, he never smashed it all the time, did he? He had a little bit of curse against us. And I'm hoping that's like Richarlison. I hope like Richarlison, do you know where he tries too hard sometimes? Richarlison can do that. He can mess himself up because he wants too much against his old club.
Which is why I wonder whether he'll actually start. I wonder if Conte might actually not want to start him.
I knew someone would comment that a minute ago. Brendan says Tarky will snap Richie. You just said about us getting the just dropping your comments. You said about us getting the about Richarlison getting a red card. I'm scared of some of our players getting a red card. Do you know what I mean? Because you remember the Tarkowski tackle against Richarlison last time when he was playing for Burnley and we had Richarlison. It was quite feisty, wasn't it? So
yeah.
It is going to be a feisty one, that is. I'm looking forward to it. I generally do feel we've got good defenders to take them on.
I'm looking forward to it, but so here's where I am in the scheme of things. I expect nothing from this game. I expect, like I say, 9 times out of 10.
Points.
No, I know. I'm not expecting anything from this game. I'm hoping for something from this game, but if we lose, we lose, and that's fine. I'm not gonna, go overboard about it because they're a good side, and we've got a really appalling record against them. Although we did win the year before. It used to be good,
under Carlo.
We did win that one year, but it was, let's be honest, we got a goal and hung on for and they should have scored many goals, but they didn't.
Paul just said, "Let's not forget Gordon's out."
Yeah, we'll go into the team news in a bit. So to me, I think this is going to be an absolute bugger of a game, and I just want us to keep it tighter than we did last week. I think that going into how we're going to play, because realistically, they could do all kinds of different things, but more important is how we play. We have to hold on to the ball better. Because, as you rightly pointed out, in that Man United game, it was our mistakes that led to their goals, because we're trying to play out from the back. And I think that sometimes we get caught, and I think that was the case on Sunday, was that we were trying to play in a sort of more expansive way, playing through the lines and stuff like that. And we just got it wrong, and they punished us for it. And they're a team who can punish you. And in the same way, I think Tottenham are one of those teams that you can keep it tight and do whatever, but you make one mistake and they're in, and they are lethal. They have got...
They did say that in the press thing. They said Tottenham are another, like Man United, a counter-attack team. They've got good counter-attack players. And Lampard did say, he said in the interview, that he's gone through, he spoke to the players about losing the ball, and he said this game, he's done something to try and make us not lose the ball in stupid positions. Basically, he's identified the problems, which he needed to do, because we gave those 2 goals away. So it makes me more confident. I don't feel like we'll get caught out as much as we did last time. Sometimes if you make the mistakes, Geoff, then you learn from them, don't you? And I'm hoping that we have.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
you've got
this game shows that.
So, so go on. What would you be predicting for the lineup?
Well, I put a line. I put a funny lineup earlier on, Geoff, out on my Twitter, and it got a couple of heads wobbling. Let's just say that, because
go on then. What was the funny line?
No, that's not going to be my lineup. It was just a funny lineup.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was just like I used the back, the 5 at the back, and did McNeil and Iwobi as wing backs, and it got people's heads wobbling.
That's an interesting point of view, because I was thinking exactly he might do that.
Yeah,
I was genuinely thinking that he might actually do that.
I just want to get
my predicted lineup, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did mine. That.
I just like to play around with it, Geoff, because we've got that much options now, which is amazing, because we never had it. I just like to play around with it, and I would have showed it on the screen if I was prepared, but it was basically like I put Mikolenko as the back 3, so Mikolenko, Cody, and Tarkowski, because Mikolenko can play like left centre back, and then I put Iwobi right wing back, so we could get forward. And then I put McNeil left wing back, put some crosses in, and I played DCL and Mupay and Thingy and all that lot. But then listening to Lampard's interview after, he said the reason Iwobi is so good now is because he's playing in the centre. He said Iwobi's like skills, like his ball dribbling skills, are not as useful to him on the wings as they are in the middle. He says, Lampard said, he said in the interview, and I thought this was really good. He said, when I was a centre midfielder, I wouldn't have liked to come up against someone like Iwobi that's good at dribbling the ball, that can do you and leave you exposed. He said, compared him to, he said, I'm not comparing him to Yaya Toure, but he said, when I played against Yaya Toure, he had that where he could go past me and open things up. So I don't think just by listening to that, Geoff, he is going to play Iwobi anywhere on the wings. I think Iwobi's always going to play in the centre now. Yeah.
So basically, predicted lineup, I would have to say...
Go on, go for it. You say yours now. Starting from the goalkeeper. We'll do it properly before we we'll end this on 40 minutes.
Pickford, obviously.
Just before you carry on, just Pickford, Mikolenko. People in the comments, we know you love doing it. Drop your lineups. What would your lineup be? Put it in the comments now, and we'll put them up after we've said ours. Drop your lineup in the comments, what your lineup would be for this game.
Right, so Pickford in goal, obviously. Same back 4 as usual. Then the same midfield 3. And McNeil instead of Gordon, because he's not playing. And the same rest of the front 3. That's it. Simple as that.
So you've got Pickford. You're keeping Coleman in, ain't you? Coleman, Cody, Tarkowski, Mikolenko. Then you're sticking with... This was a couple of questions that I'd seen. I didn't like it because a lot of people was turning on Gay because he didn't have a good game last game, and they were saying, put Garner in, and acting like we don't need Gay anymore. But I just think he had one bad game, so I think give him another chance. I wouldn't chuck Garner in for him.
And by the way, if you actually look at the stats, he didn't have a bad game. He just made a couple of mistakes. But his defensive work was up to his usual standard. He was all over the pitch. He did all of his running. He made a couple of mistakes off the ball. In possession, where he took a couple of risks with possession, which he shouldn't have done. But, if that's his low watermark, then, that's fine, because he's normally well above that.
He'll sort that out, won't he? I generally think he's a champion, and I think if we're frustrated with him, I don't think no one will be more frustrated with him than himself. because he is a
No,
champion.
I agree.
He won't like that performance, and he'll be quick to put it right. So yours was we went through the defense. Then your midfield was Iwobi, Gay, Iwobi, and Onana, and then you're saying just swap Gordon for McNeil, Mupe up front, and then your Gray on your right. That's what your team is. I think exactly the same as you. I think I'm going to go with what I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with what I think the team's going to be. But one thing I will say is that this game, I'm really worried. I'm not putting him down because I love Coleman, but I generally want him to get help. Like I would play Mupe on the right hand side to help Coleman out, because Coleman against either Richarlison or Son, it's going to be a hard job, isn't it? It is going to be a hard job. So I probably would play Gray on the left and play.
See, that's where the change of system comes in.
Not Mupe, sorry. Yeah, McNeil. I got bloody wrong in my head. McNeil on the right, sorry.
Okay.
McNeil.
Okay.
Got it wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mupe, McNeil, the sound of bloody same. No, McNeil, because McNeil, he does put a shift in, doesn't he, Geoff? He will get back in, he'll help Coleman out.
Yeah, that is true, actually, because if you play Gray there, he doesn't do a lot defensively.
No, he isn't going to help Coleman out. And I'm just worried about that's the only player. I'm okay with everyone, but it's Coleman I'm scared of against Richarlison or Son. No disrespect to Coleman, but it's a hard job. Go on.
I'm just thinking, like, would you consider like changing to a 4-4-2? Because the only reason I say that is that when with Onana further forward, as a foil for Mupai. But if you played a 4-4-2, with McNeil and Gray being able to get foot up and down with wing backs with full backs behind him, and like a flat back foot, like a flat sort of 4-4-2.
I can't. The only problem with I keep thinking 4-4-2, but the problem is I can't get my three centre midfielders in there.
No, but we played 4-4-2 in the last sort of half an hour.
Who'd you eliminate then? So who's your two strikers and who's your two centre midfielders in the 4-4-2? Who'd you eliminate in the centre mid? Because you've got Onana, Iwobi, and
it would be Onana and Gay, and Iwobi in front as kind of like the sort of floaty player who.
Oh, in the two with the striker with Mupe.
Yeah. So it would revert to a
4-5-1 basically.
4-5-1.
Yeah.
But then you attack forward and just bring bodies up, for when you get forward. Realistically, it's difficult because ideally you would have DCL up there, and you could play that system fine with the DCL. Obviously, Moonpie doesn't have the aerial presence. So, I think it's going to be a very defensive game because they're going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to be pressing us.
I won't mind that quick goal again, Geoff. You know what I mean? We've got a reputation of, I don't know how we do it. Every game we've gone ahead in the first 15 minutes. And even though we lost the Man United game, we did get the first goal in the 15 minutes. And all the other games, if you go through them, we haven't been scared. We've come out the blocks attacking.
Yes.
We just need to keep that attacking going, really. It'd be interesting to see whether we come out attacking against these.
Yeah, and they are the kind of team that does tend to flap a little bit. Because, teams have gone to get ahead against them, and they do, the head does go on a bit of a wobble sometimes. So, if we could get an early goal.
There's a bit of Geoff saying that Tottenham could struggle against us there. You said they could flap. I like that. That puts you on my Everton winning thing there a little bit.
We put a little bit of optimism into the situation. But yeah, I just think that this is going to be a really hard game. It's on TV.
I'm ready for it though. Do you feel ready? Like Lampard says, it's a big test, but he wants it, and I want it now as well. I feel like we've had a lot of games I don't feel like we performed that Man U game. I didn't come out of it feeling like we was Everton. And I feel like this time, I just want us to do the best that we can do. Whether we draw, win or lose, I just want us to put on a show because I generally feel like we've got the players to give Tottenham a good game, yeah.
And I think that, like, what I'm looking for in this game is the difference between the team that went to Spurs last year, to see the difference, because we may still not be at their level. You know, we're clearly not at their level. Obviously, they're a Champions League team at the moment. Quite rightly, they qualified on merit. They're a good side. They've got good players and they're well coached. Conte is an excellent coach, no question. So they're going to give us a going over. But I want to see a team that doesn't crumble, that fights from minute 1 to minute 90. That's what I want to see, is us getting back to that, being a hard team to beat. That we were our own worst enemy on Sunday for that 40-minute spell where our heads went on a wobble.
We gave them the game, didn't we? We gave them the game. Like we gave them the game.
The second half, we were much better. We were much more organised. We got our shit together. But after we scored, our heads just went on a wobble, and we
not
didn't
like us,
recover.
is it?
No, and that's what I want to see on Saturday. Is I want to see a side that mentally fights back from that error and sees what they did wrong and sees the mistakes and goes, we can't do that again. That wasn't the best us. We want to do a better thing, because I don't want to be going and losing 5-0 to Tottenham again. I do not want to do that. If we lose 1-0, 2-0, I can live with it. Do you know what I mean? But 5-0 and like laying down and bending over, and I don't want to see that again. So I just want to see Everton fight. That's all I want to see. And I want to see us try and play some football. And in the midfield, they're not bad in midfield, but they're not great. They're not the most amazing midfield in the world. We've got some good players in midfield. So I want to see us give them a proper fight, and I want us to be much tighter, much harder to beat. I want to see us closing down and pressing.
I'm just thinking after
play on counter.
I'm thinking after last game. I'm thinking I don't mind. Like I hate it if a team beats us. It takes me a while to get over it, but I think I can accept it more. I think I can accept it more if. Do you know if they've had to earn it? If they beat us and they've had to earn it, we just kind of let Man United beat us, and we just let them do it. We kind of gave them it to it. I think if Tottenham beat us, I want us to make them work hard for it, and I want us to graft. And I generally want to see us go for it as well, because I don't want us to sit back, because I think.
But the thing is, like going back to the defeat on Sunday, is we did have a little bad spell and we conceded a couple of really daft goals. I mean, they were good goals from their point of view. You know, they were well taken goals and whatever. But, you know, we were the architect of our own downfall in a way. But what I did see was a good reaction. Was that we got back into the game. We got back to being hard to beat. The second half was much better. Other than the offside. The offside goal from Rashford, they didn't really threaten us, and we basically, you know, especially when we brought DCL on and changed the dynamic of the team, went 4-4-2. We could have got something from that game. We had chances. They made an amazing. The game made an amazing save. I thought Onana was going to score. Then I thought he was in, and literally De Gea took it off his head.
It was a cracking shot by Garner, wasn't it? And I thought Onana was just going to get. Do you know where you get there before the keeper saves it and have a free open goal? We was on top towards the end. You're right. It was on top, and we need to not do that late on in games. We see it a lot where we leave it too late and we completely dominate at the end. We need to do it with more time forward.
That's what I want to see, is a more positive, a more together performance.
I think we will.
And if we lose, I want it to be because a better team beat us by playing their best football I don't want it to be because we made loads more mistakes and they had an easy time of it. I just don't want them to have an easy time of it against us. That's all.
That's what, basically 100% with you there. That's what I said. There's a couple of comments here. We'll go through them. We said earlier on, Paul put it up. Let's not forget that Gordon is out as well.
Good. Good.
Generally, I think he's a class player, but I think that he needs a rest. I think he's class, and I think we need him. And I think when he's going to be crucial for us this season because he is class, but he's played for England under 21s. He's been everywhere. He's burnt out a little bit. A nice little break. He'll come back hungry, and he was in scoring form. If he can get back to that, he'll be smashing. So maybe a good time for a rest. That's what I think on that. There's a comment here, Geof, that says, as long as the midfield stay tight, we will be okay because the game is won in midfield. You basically just said that, didn't you, Geof, just a minute ago?
Yeah.
This is a team that somewhat. Let's drop this. Comments have gone down. We said drop your teams and stuff.
Yeah. Someone says Pickford, Tarkowski, Cody, Mikalenko, Coleman, Garner, Onana, Gay, Gray, and Mopai. So you're dropping. Who are you dropping out of that side? Yeah, you're dropping Garner Gay for Garner. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Because I've seen a few shouts about that.
Yeah, I don't like dropping. I don't like dropping Garner Gay because it's just one bad game, and I've seen some people already, Geof, say, "Oh, he's old," straight away. Like he's class. He's had what? He come back. How many games has he played? 1 or 2.
Yeah,
and he's looked really good. And he had one game, one bad game. That's it.
This is what old looks like. I am old. Garner Gay is like, he's like, oh, who's that runner? It was the guy who won the Olympics and that. Mo Farah.
I know what you mean, the one on the advert.
He's like Mo Farah. He'll run and run and run for days. So, no, he's not too old. Like, he just, like, he's trying to fit into a side. Because we've got to remember that, like, Garner has played for the last couple of years in a side that has 70% possession most of the time. And they're not under as much pressure. And so he gets to just stroke the ball around against teams that aren't really pressing. So, he's probably laying out passes that he's thinking are going to make it. But it's the Premier League. The Premier League's faster. You don't get that time. And he's made mistakes. But, this isn't France. This is the Premier League. You do not get time on the ball. You don't get to stroke the ball about. Everything has to be clear and clinical, and, everything's got to be quicker. So, he'll have learned a valuable lesson, but that doesn't mean he's a rubbish player. It just means that, a couple of years in France, he's not quite on the pace of the Premier League sometimes, so, he's getting there, and that's fine. He'll get better, but I'd rather have him than any of the shitty midfielders that we had like last year, like bloody Gomez and
someone
stuff
said
like
here
that.
in the comments. He's still fine. Just one thing I would say, and I tweeted it earlier on, is just don't jump on players' backs, because some people act like you can just get rid of a player. Oh, we don't need him. Go away. I don't want to see him playing for Everton. These players are here all season, and this is what we've got. And after that relegation battle last season, it should learn us to get behind what we've got, because when we was in that relegation battle at the end of last season, whether you liked them or not, you had to get behind them 100%, because they was what you had to keep them up. It's the same with this season. Yeah, I've seen that comment.
It's just chewing gum, mate. I've learned from Alex Ferguson, so that's my new routine now. When I do videos, I'm going to be chewing like Alex Ferguson.
Geof, I don't think I've ever seen you without Triple X mint or chewing gum, or I'm always asking you, have you got one?
Yeah.
That's your style.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Pickford, that's it. That's his lineup. What was Paul's lineup? Then my comments have gone astray. I don't know why they're not coming up as much now.
Pickford, Mikalenko, Tarky, Cody, Vinagre. Ooh,
seen that.
one.
Seen it, yeah. I've heard a couple of people say we've got a good
McNeil,
left wing back in
Garner,
Vinagre.
McNeil, obviously James Garner, Onana, Iwobi, DCL, and Mope. I like the look of the side. It's not going to happen, but I like the look of it. But from the press conference today, Paul, DCL was saying, Frank was talking about DCL, and it's clearly a process of bringing him in a piece at a time. He's not going to be starting games for a while, I don't think.
I think he'll
And
be last.
Vinagre,
Mine was. That's what I said.
Vinagre's a bench player.
Mine was a similar team. Mine was a very similar team to Paul's, and I'm thinking the same. I think going forward that could be because I want to see Mupe play with DCL and play off him because I don't like to see Mupe up top by himself all the time because it's hard work. I want to see DCL flick it on Mupe, run past, boom, goal. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I want to see that. That's Yerry Mina.
Bloody biscuit legs.
Yerry Mina. Yeah, your favourite player.
God, I can't. You know, it's a shame because I'm starting to hate the guy.
But he's a good player.
But he's a good player, and he could be really brilliant. And I really like the character of the lad. But I'm starting to hate him because it's like I resent the fact that, like, he's literally in. I mean, what is it now? How many games has he played in the last 2 years? About 20 or something, if that. It's pathetic. It's just pathetic.
It's an odd one with him, isn't it?
Maybe
it
Gray
is definitely an odd one.
And Mope if you play a two up front. Yeah, that's to say is I do wonder about possibly playing a four at the back. And the only reason I'm saying that is because let's talk about this just if we switch the system. The reason why I would say I like the idea of switching to a four at the back is because I think Onana and Garner together as a two in midfield have enough physicality, and then if you've got pace on the wings, and then you've got Iwobi sort of wandering around doing wherever, he can go left, right, centre, up and back and down and whatever. And then obviously you've got Mupe as you kind of sort of.
Are you leaving Gay out? Whatever. Are you leaving Gay out then?
No, Garner and Onana. That's what I said in midfield.
Oh yeah, Garner. I thought you meant the actual Garner.
No. No, I think James Garner's a bench player for now. I think he's an impact sub for now.
It's always gonna be confusing. I think he's a good
player.
Having a player called Garner Gay and having a player called Garner is just going to do us. I can't just say
Gay.
We need to give one a nickname or something. James, we're going to have to call the other Garner James.
For henceforth, he will be Idrissa, and the other one will be Garner.
Idrissa. It's very confusing, isn't it?
Right. So Idrissa and Iwobi in midfield. Idrissa and Onana in midfield. Iwobi sort of floating around. Two wingers who will both provide cover, like you said, to protect Coleman and Mikalenko. And we just keep it tight, and then just play through the middle on the counter attack.
School of Science, nice haircut, Dan.
Hey,
it's growing back. It is growing back. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Well, so Geoff, we'll put this to an end because we're trying to keep them short because obviously we know people haven't got a lot of time on the hands, and grateful for you coming on, everyone. Who's got quite a few people on. Thanks for coming on. And what we'll do, Geoff, I haven't spoke to you about it yet, but we don't get many on, but we'll still do it. I don't know if you're free, but I'm presuming you will be. We'll do the lineup reveal again, I think.
Yeah.
We'll do the lineup reveal.
So that'll
15 minutes. 10-15 minutes. An hour before, isn't it? We'll hit the hour mark.
Is it a 5:30 kickoff? So is that going to be during the other matches? Yeah, we can do it on a Saturday. We can do it on a Saturday. We can do a sort of Saturday sort of little.
That's what we want to do.
Instead of doing what we can do is because it's on a Saturday evening. Instead of doing like a stream on, instead of doing a space, we can just do a pre-match sort of thing and we could do the team news during it. So
we'll do all we'll do is 20 minutes, like on the wait up. Like we'll do it, line up, reveal.
Hey,
So
Uncle Ian, what are you doing,
anyone
buddy?
that's in now, before the game, when the lineup comes out an
All
hour
right, how
before
you
the
doing?
game. So get on this channel an hour before the game and drop your comments on, because sometimes when you see the lineup, you generally do want someone to talk about to it, don't you, Geoff? Have you done that where you see
Yeah.
the lineup and because we jump on the spaces, don't we? We normally, because we want to talk about the lineup that much and we're ready for the game, we want to say, oh, look at this
Wash
lineup and
hands,
talk
wash
about
hands,
it.
wash hands. I don't know what that means.
David B. I think I know David B as well. Yeah, I recognise a lot of these names. It's remembered them from Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll
So,
do the
yeah.
lineup reveal.
Right. So basically, is that anything else? Anything else for anything else?
That's gonna be. It's just gonna be a waiting game now, isn't it?
The one
I'm
thing is,
looking forward to it.
Corey
Is
missed
playing. We didn't say.
he missed a game for personal reasons, so he's not injured. So he will be in the squad.
Yeah, I can't believe we
know.
didn't say Decore. I feel bad
Yeah.
now. I feel a bit emotional. I
didn't mention him.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are against him, and I think he's going to be better now. He's not, everything isn't left to him in midfield. It's not all down to him now. He's got good players around him. He'll come in and play good. I think Decore will be good this season when he's needed. Crazy though that we went from having no centre backs, only Decore, to Decore struggling to get into the team now. That just shows how things have changed. Yeah, it just shows the strength. Right, everybody, me and Geoff, and I don't know if anyone else will jump on with us, but we will be doing the lineup reveal an hour before the game. And we'll try and end
score
this.
Prediction.
Go on then.
Let's do a score prediction.
I don't like doing score predictions because everyone thinks I'm crazy.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm going to do it now because you said. I generally my score predictions are always going to be Everton to win. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if yours is going to be even Everton to win after some of your talk, Geoff.
No, it's not.
Drop your score predictions in the comments, people. Drop your score predictions. Let's see them. Please be positive.
Honest score prediction. 3-1 Spurs. 3-1 Spurs. Yeah.
Osh.
I know, but I just think...
I knew it was going to be 3-1. I'm surprised it wasn't 4, to be fair, Geoff.
I'm just hoping that, maybe DCL comes on and gets a late consolation or something like that, but I just don't see us beating them.
Right, so here's one score. 0-0.
I'd take 0-0 right now.
Everybody's scared now. Everyone's scared to say we're going to win. Here's another score. James Cox, 2-2. Away being Mope. I like your goal scorers, but I don't think it's going to be 2-2. I think we're going to win. Next one. Next one. Spurs 0. Everton. These are the people that I love. I love you all, but by the way, even if you said we're going to lose, but generally, what's the next one? The next one is
2-0 Spurs or 1-1. Fair dues.
I don't like the 2-0 Spurs. I do not like the 2-0 Spurs. Yeah, here we've got Paul says, what's Paul saying? 2-0 to Spurs. Soz, guys.
Yeah.
I thought Paul was positive. I really did.
No, Paul's a realist.
Paul's a Geoff. He might as well be on this side, do you know what I mean? Yeah, fair enough.
Mate. High five, Paul.
Well, I know I'm not going to be with a lot of people. What's the next score? Then someone's got to be on my side.
2-1. David says 2-1.
David says 2-0 there, doesn't he? 2-0, I'm guessing. So that's going to be to Spurs, I'm guessing. Right, here we go. Someone's going to be...
No, he says 0-2. That's 0-2, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but we're at home, aren't we?
No, we're away.
Oh, yeah, bugger, yeah, we are away. That game. Yeah. Just say who you think's going to win, otherwise you're going to confuse us. Clarify who you think's going to win. Right, the next one. Right, School of Science. He's not going to let me down. I want to be singing the blues on Sunday evening. So if he's singing the blues, I don't think he's
on Sunday afternoon. Then school.
I don't think he's going to be singing if we've lost. So surely School of Science is saying that we're going to win.
Well, it's all right because the match is on Saturday, so he can sing the blues on Sunday evening. But it's probably because he's just been drinking all Sunday afternoon.
Right. This is a score prediction I'm going for, and I said it last game.
Okay.
And I was wrong. I'm going to go for 2-1 Everton. I don't think we're going to thrash them. I don't think we're going to thrash them. I'm not saying that. I'm not deluded. Trust me, I know how hard the game is, but it's going to be close. But 2-1. Remember that cup game before we're shooting it off now? But remember that cup game, Geoff, where it was like 4-3 or something like that? It was a crazy one, wasn't it? Hope it's not that'll be a scary. I'd rather it just be 2-1. And to be fair, I'd rather Everton score. It'd be 1-1, and I'd rather Everton score 95th minute and just end the game quick so I don't have a heart attack, because I don't like watching us sit back to protect a lead.
No, it's really uncomfortable viewing, isn't it?
There's a comment there, wasn't there? Yeah, drop that. Richie.
Yeah. Misses a sitter and then gets sent off later in the game. Yeah, that'll do for me.
Geoff did say about him getting sent off, so
yeah.
I think he's going to struggle with this game. This is a big game. Like, the fact Rich is coming against us, we don't know. Yeah, it is a big game. But it isn't.
And this, again, so I'm going to end this going back to what Lampard said, right, is that there's a difference between wanting us to win every week, expecting us to win every week, and thinking we will win every week. So, like every week I want us to win. I don't think we will. Every week I think we might have a chance of, it could happen. But the reality is that we're just having a massive rebuild. We're changing so much about the way we play. And, half the team is new. They're still getting used to each other. That's why you get passing mistakes out of midfield. That's why sort of Garner made the mistakes he made, is because, they're not all familiar with each other yet. So there's going to be mistakes. But I just want to see us play better and improve and play our best game. And if we lose, then we lose. That's fine. But if we lose based on the fact that we played our very, very best and just got beat by the better side, I can take that. If we roll over and have our tummies tickled and lose, that's when I get angry about it. That's when I get annoyed.
We just need to go out and give them a game, don't we?
Yeah, we just need to give them a game.
Let's see. I bet you we can't end it with the actual thing. I'm going to try and put it on now. I'm going to try and do it. The banner.
Yeah, we don't know how to do this stuff, boys. We try our best. Do you know how to do it?
I'm giving it a go now. The answer is probably going to be no. So see you later. I'm going to try and end it with the actual proper ending this time. See you later, and we will speak to you soon.
Oh my God.
I put the banner up. Did you see?
Yeah, you did, yeah. But